about today, Walt?
We're going to talk about contemporary problems which our politicians are making mountains out of molehills, things that are very easily solved with a proper philosophy. And for instance, uh, we have unemployment in this country, which we don't admit to. We only count those who are on unemployment insurance, not the ones who have been unemployed for years or half employed. And we could solve that problem. Well, those people who are unemployed, many of them end up pushing drugs or doing whatever they have to do, robbing, to feed their families, which is understandable. And if we would reinstate the WPA with its wonderful work that it's done over the years, these people, we would no longer need welfare, we would no longer need unemployment, we no longer need anything, because people would have an income and have dignity while they're correcting the problems of our country, including the air pollution and many of the other problems we're consulting. The WPA has been ignored by contemporary politicians as if, oh, we can't do that, that's socialism. Well, if it is socialism, then maybe we should think in terms of socialism. And besides that, we are at a crossroads in our environment, and if we don't do something pretty darn soon, the whole planet is going to go down the tube, and all the greed and all the accumulation of wealth that the super greedy have done into our planet will be moot, because their kids will have polluted water, polluted air, and epidemics of cancer and other illnesses, and they don't seem to care. It's these people who are Pollyanna and who think everything's okay and kid themselves and put their heads in the sand, and many of them are in charge, and many of them are come from the Ivy League colleges, who are the ones who are supposed to save us, when they're the ones who are resorting to greed and using their super brains and super education to rape and pillage, and have no concern for the human species. And they must sit down and listen to what is happening to Mother Earth, because Mother Earth is telling us every day, we are in trouble. We are in trouble. And we can solve it. If we went from the Depression with everybody being called who was unemployed bums, these bums went to work 20 hours a day building a war machine overnight to beat the Nazis. We can do the same thing now to save our environment. We shouldn't spend all this money on war equipment, spend it on tertiary treatment plants to clean up our rivers, put the phosphates back on the soil, and where they belong. All life needs phosphates. And just redirect our priorities, and we can save this country if we do it. We can plant trees. Trees will take trees or any kind of shrubs will take the carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere, which will not cure it, but will help it. And if we start a real conservation program promoting solar energy rather than all the fossil fuels that we promote, we can save this country. If the WPA put solar panels on every house in our country and let the government pay for it, rather than paying for tanks and atomic weapons and whatever, and devote our time and our scientists who have the brains to making solar energy as efficient as it can be, we could save our country. But if we're going to go on with the greed that was permeating our country, and dishonesty is accepted, and lying to get ahead is accepted, it doesn't matter how you get ahead, but get ahead and it's okay. Those days are over with, and those who can't see it, their kids will suffer the same as ours. So we're all on this little speck of dust together, and if we don't start trying to save it, we are all going to be living a life that is unbearable in terms of any quality of life. Anyway, we also have to control population. Without population control, how many times can we double the cars on our highways? How many times can we double the toilets that are getting flushed into the Mississippi? 300 million toilet flushes a night into the Mississippi, which goes down into the Gulf. and none of those flushes have tertiary treatment, other than ones from Milwaukee. It's all secondary treatment, which means it's strain defecation, causing algae blooms in the river, and of course, which kills the fish, kills humans, and makes the water dead, depletes the oxygen. If we don't start spending our money on priorities that are going to save us, and as long as war and profit making is our priority, we're a doomed species. We don't have to be doomed. We can promote solar energy, and this insanity of fossil fuels and raising corn for ethanol is insane. It costs more, takes more fossil fuel energy to produce the corn than the energy that it gets back from it. If we don't start analyzing everything, even windmills that are producing electricity are not efficient, because the copper it takes for the windmill and for the grid far outweighs the benefits from the wind. Okay. And,
great message.
Okay.
Okay. Show this.
Thank you.
Show this. Show this. Show this.
Okay. Anyway.
Raise your hand. No, the other one. She liked it, so she put a ring on it.
Yeah. I got to show this ring.
Turn around. Turn your hand around.
Yep.
She liked it, so she put a ring on it.
Yep.
Okay.
And if anybody flirts with me, they get scalped. And if I flirt with anybody else, I get scalped. And she's part Indian. She's capable of doing it, believe me.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye-bye.